Hey guys, it's Big Soprano. So, 3 days ago, it's been 7 months since I moved out on my own. Like, this is my first time ever living alone, and I've been surviving. I survived 7 months. Let's see if I can survive a year. And, things are going well, right? Let's see. Living alone, like, I live completely alone, like, no roommates. I have neighbors, but, like, no roommates. It's kind of like an apartment. And it's a studio. If you know what a studio is, I didn't know what that was until I moved out. I thought a studio was, like, like, a regular-ass apartment or some shit, but no. Studio is just one big room. You have a kitchen, a fridge. It's just one big-ass room, and, I obviously there's another room for a bathroom, but a studio is just one big room. And my place, honestly, well, if I'm able to live in it quite fine. Like, I have, I have a gaming setup. Well, I have my computer setup, and then a TV setup, dresser. My microwave is on top of my dresser, but that's okay. I don't give a shit. I really don't care. And I have an unbuilt table that I was supposed to build, but I don't give a shit. I'll just eat at my desk. Like, I'm not gonna have guests over, but anyways, dude, living alone though, like the concept of it, I was so goddamn scared. I was so goddamn scared for years of moving out alone. Like, I thought it was gonna go horribly wrong, or I don't know. Like, I I can't really explain it. I just thought I wouldn't be able to do it. I wasn't independent enough, and yeah, it's not scary. I don't think if you like have income, you shouldn't be scared of moving out, but like I'd say there's more good than bad to come from moving out. Like, dude, uh honestly, like not having to deal with anyone's bullshit is probably my favorite thing about living alone. Like, no matter where I live, there's always some fucking bullshit I gotta deal with. Like, there's literally always bullshit, no matter who it is, no matter like how like great or good they are or whatever. There will always be bullshit involved. Like, for example, last before I moved out, I was living with my mom. Had to deal with her bullshit. Just she was nickel and diming me every single fucking second. I was paying a ton of money for groceries. I didn't even eat them all. Most of it probably wasn't even for me. Well, not most of it, but some of it. And I was still paying for groceries anyways. And yeah, when you move alone, you're gonna be paying groceries. But like, I swear the groceries were too much. And then there's also personal issues. Yeah. Like, ever since I moved out, like I haven't gone into like any like arguments with my mom. It kind of just seems like, you know, we don't see alike or think alike to live in a environment together that goes well or something like that. I'm not saying like it's horrible, like it's like dreadful, like living with my mom, but like it's not like 100% like all good and stuff like that. Like, she has mental problems, I have mental problems. Like, it kind of just they go hand in hand with creating trouble. You feel me? Anyways, before that, I was living with my aunt, and she has like 3 kids. And honestly, living with kids, pretty damn annoying. Young kids, because young kids don't know when to shut the fuck up or to stop banging shit or stuff like that. It was annoying, and I don't want to yell at the kids. Did that once, did not go well. Well, did not go well with the parents. The kid, I don't know what he did. I don't know if he even cares. But yeah, do not yell at kids that aren't yours. That's what I learned. That's what I learned. So I don't really want to deal with those problems. Like, actually, it's not just like the kids, but like also like their parents. Well, like, I don't know. I would get like a long text message. Well, not long, not like an essay, but like every time I do something wrong, I'll get like a text message about it, and it'll be like, "Oh, you left this and this," and something like that, and then I apologize, and then it's a mistake. If it's a mistake, I don't do it again. But sometimes, like, when someone tells you like the way they want things to be done, sometimes they kind of have to hammer it in, because like I remember, since I didn't do any chores, I didn't do any fucking chores there. I don't know what they expected of me, but I didn't do any chores. Honestly, that probably sounds lazy as fuck. I probably am a lazy fuck, but they didn't expect me to do chores or anything. And honestly, I could have helped because the place pretty damn messy. I'll give you that. Probably one of the messier places I've lived in. So I could have helped with that, but I don't know. I'm me. I don't really do anything. So to help with the dishes, I have to wash my plates or bowls right after using them, and that means there's like no dishes caused from me. So then the burden of washing the dishes isn't on anyone else, So that's kind of a good way to become like a self-reliant. No, not self-reliant, but like cleaning up after yourself. It's a pretty simple concept, but it kind of makes you feel more I don't know, independent. No one's fucking picking up after you doing your bullshit. I learned that, but that was years ago now. Okay? For the past, like, I don't know, man. Ever since I turned 8, I've never really lived in a stable home. Like, there was always fights. There was, oh man, there was there was fights. And, the places weren't stable, I'll give you that. The places were not very stable. And the past few years, I've been in and out of places, I've been moving left and right, like, almost yearly, Like, in the past 3 years, I've lived at, like, 5 different places. And only now I finally have a stable place, and no one's bothering me, and I don't have to worry that like, oh, we're gonna get evicted, or I'm gonna get into an argument, or like there's the tension, the tensions in living with someone. Well, I'm not saying like everyone's like the same, but like sometimes there could be some tension, and I don't want to deal with that shit. And I feel like I'm finally in a stable place. Honestly, I should have moved out when I was like still in high school, honestly. I know someone who has, like, I don't even remember how old he was, but like, honestly, I should have got away from this place. Well, I got away from family ages ago. Like, there's really like, I don't think, well, one of the best parts about living alone is that there's no one like fucking nagging you, like, for example, like no one nagging you to like clean up or do shit, like, honestly, fuck, dude, I clean when it looks bad. I don't like have like a schedule or whatever, but like when it looks bad, I'll start cleaning. But I don't really give a shit if things are like a little dirty, I don't give a shit because no one's coming over. I don't have a girlfriend or whatever, or someone to impress. I just I do a deep clean like every once in a while, just like for like if there's an inspection or something. I know I did a deep clean. Well, it wasn't like I did a crazy clean, but I cleaned the place up pretty good last week, and it was for an inspection, and the landlord, he thought it was pretty clean, so that's good. And yeah, it seems so far so good with things with the residents and like the landlord. Things are going so well. Like, there's no complaints. And the guy who owns my house is actually the uncle of one of my ops. He's not an op, but like we're not I don't think we're like that chill. And this this is what I heard from him. I heard that like I'm quiet. Uh, I'm a good what's the word, resident? It wasn't resident I'm looking for. I'm not an evil resident, okay? That's what I mean. I'm not an evil resident, and the resident is not evil. So that's what I'm saying. And however, there is one small thing. Like, apparently one of my neighbors heard me having fun at 5 a.m., but he didn't care. You know, they don't care. But I was probably just on Discord voice chat at night, and oh yeah, I forgot the point of this video. There is a big problem with living alone. If you're like me, if you're a neat like me, you don't go outside. So it gets lonely. It gets pretty damn lonely. And honestly, I feel like I'm going insane with my thoughts. Like, you know, I don't have a job. And dude, like, sometimes I have some really bad moments. Like, I don't like it's not like it's not like a meltdown, but it's not like a mental breakdown either. But it's a really unpleasant, my mind's just going crazy, you know, like, just, you know, just stuff like that, you know, it's driving me crazy. OCD, you know, that stuff's driving me crazy. And it seems like the only thing to help with my loneliness is to use Discord. So I'm on Discord 24/7. Like, Discord is like my life. I really get dreams about like Discord. I'm not even joking. And you know, like, I'm back with my friend group, and you know, that's the only way I actually go outside is through them. And but like that, the events are kind of like off and on again, and they're pretty random too. So I don't really go outside, and it sucks being lonely. And I think like I'm just like subconsciously like coping with it by like talking to people on Discord. Like, my favorite activity, or like the one thing that doesn't like make me that feel like dull or like nothing at all, is like socializing. Like, socializing on like whether it's Discord or in person. Like, that's the thing that does still bring me joy. Like, you know, compared to back then, you know, the things I like don't really bring me as much joy. I don't know if that's depression or the meds, but I do enjoy socializing. So I love having conversations on Discord. I love calling, love hanging out. That's like, you know, it gets lonely though, because like when it's like a Friday night, everyone's hanging out without you, or everyone's doing their own thing. You know, it gets it's honestly boring. But like, for me, since I don't have a job, every day is like Friday for me. So, you know, I'm making a big Soprano video. You know, I'm making a big Soprano video. I'd much rather be in a call or something like that. Like, you know, I'd probably call on Discord like almost daily, like join the server VC or stuff like that. I'm always talking to someone when I'm awake, or most of the time, you know. I don't really know what else I do. What else do I do? I mean, I play games with friends too, but nah, sometimes I do need some alone time, like on my phone. And that's when, you know, the loneliness is fine, when you need some alone time, like a break from socializing. You just want to chill. So I just go on my phone. I just lay in bed and just I don't know, just go on my phone or watch YouTube or go on Twitter. That's basically what I do. But yeah, socializing. I like doing that. That's my point. And it'll be pretty important if you don't go outside and you move out to socialize, or else you'll be isolated. You know what? I'm pretty isolated outside of Discord. I don't go outside. I do not go outside, and yeah, pretty isolated. I won't lie. Anyways, so a good now let's switch back. A good thing about living alone is that you could do whatever you want. Like, you could get drunk on like a Wednesday, or like you could, you know, for me, like I've been smoking cigarettes, going outside at like 2 a.m. or staying up till like 2 p.m. Like staying up all night until like 2 p.m. Going to sleep then, waking up at like fucking 8 p.m. or some shit like that. You can do whatever you want. Probably not healthy, but you could do whatever you want, and it's chill. Though I probably could benefit from some sort of schedule. I don't really give a shit though. Like, really, I just let me do whatever I want. You know, sometimes I do wish I was living with someone else because rent is pretty expensive. It's like 75% of my disability check, and you know, I'd love to be able to buy more stuff without going so broke every single month. Like, my only income is the disability, and the rent takes up 75% of that. Bills add like maybe like another, I don't know, 10% or something like that. And I have probably like under like, I don't know, from $300 to like $500, but like typically it's like not that much money I have left. Actually, I took money out of my savings account a lot last month and got paid, put that money back into my savings. Now I'm left with like $100 to my name, and that's not in savings. And yeah, sucks being broke. And you know, I rely on others pretty heavily, like for my groceries or stuff like that. I don't like, I either pay them back or I just pay from my savings. But yeah, you know, I wish living alone wasn't so expensive, but I'm glad I don't have to deal with anyone's bullshit, and it's much more peaceful. So anyways, I'm glad I moved out. I'm very glad I moved out. I feel like this is a step forward, and I'd love to be more independent. I'm already much more independent than I was like last year around this time, you know, like things are getting better, and I guess I'm growing a little bit, even though I don't like do anything. I'm not like working on myself or anything like that. I'm just, you know, just experience, you know, and I'd say moving out is a good thing. And it may suck paying bills, but it's, you know, if I could live at my parents' and it was like stable and I didn't pay rent, I'd love to. Hell, if I didn't pay rent, I'd be rich as fuck. I wouldn't need a job. I could literally do whatever I want, you know, like money wise. And you people who have, I'm so jealous of people who don't pay rent and live with parents or family. They don't even pay for groceries. Like, I am so goddamn jealous. I wish my family were the same way, but no, like it's kind of rare when a family's like that, honestly. Like, most people I know, they got to start paying rent at 18 or whatever, and this and that. I had to start paying rent at 18, and yeah, you know, I guess it's just a white people thing, you know, like, or like a poor white people thing, you know, because I don't know, my town fucking sucks. It's not like the richest town. I don't know, I'd say it sucks. Wouldn't say we're poor though, but me, I'd say I'm poor. Anyways, that's enough yapping. So I'm glad I moved out. Very glad. There's some issues though, and I guess I gotta work on that. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. So if you guys stayed this long, well, thank you. Make sure to drop a like, because the last video, I didn't see it get any likes, or many likes. So yeah, drop a like, and maybe even drop a comment. I read all my comments, so I really hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys have a big Soprano day.